This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Thursday, the 21st day of May in the year 2020. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here is what we're tracking tonight. A perturbed chairperson of the Guyana Elections Commission, Justice Claudette Singh, this afternoon made it clear that she has never authorized Commissioner Says Gunraj to speak on her behalf. The statement by the chair came in response to a report in today's Kaichor News, which quoted Mr. Gunraj as saying that the chairperson of the commission does not think it is GCOM's role to probe claims of anomalies being pointed out during the vote recount. Justice Singh said she has never authorized Mr. Gunraj to speak on her behalf, and she indicated that although there was discussion on the issue, no decision was taken at the level of the commission. The chairperson said while she continues to monitor the trends based on the allegations in the observation reports, she is of the view that he who asserts must prove, and in that regard, when there are considerable deliberations and decision at the commission in relation to the anomalies, the outcome will be officially communicated to the political parties and other stakeholders, including the media. During the recount of votes, the APNU-AFC coalition has been filing a number of objections in the observation reports, pointing to allegations of votes being cast for persons who were not in Guyana on elections day and votes being cast for persons who are dead. The APNU-AFC has said it has evidence to back up its claims, and it has been reportedly attaching copies of death certificates to the observation reports for those instances where it claimed persons voted in the name of the dearly departed. It is unclear how many objections have been made in that regard by the coalition's counting agents. More news coming up in just a moment.
We all want to stay in touch, right? Now, even more than ever before. So to keep your connection strong, GTT is going 2 for 2. Combine GTT mobile and home internet services and we'll give you 2 gigs of free mobile data each month. With 2 GTT services, you're fully connected at home and on the go. Visit us online at gtt.co.gy/2for2 to learn more and start doing more with 2 for 2 from GTT. Stay safe, stay strong, Guyana. We're in this together.
GBTI is your Guyanese bank, a bank that understands every customer's unique needs, opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. At GBTI, we see you for you. Whether you're buying a new home or car, planning your next vacation or retirement, saving for your child's future, or whether you're ready to take that bold step of investing in your dream business idea, we are with you every step of the way. We hear your stories and watch you focus on your dreams as we share your aspirations. We are more than just banking. We are a family. We are part of your community. Our commitment extends way beyond the walls of our branches and is demonstrated every day in the opportunities we provide to our individual and business customers. The support, time, and commitment we give back to communities across Guyana to help improve the lives of our Guyanese families. Because we see Guyana through your eyes. Parents and guardians, you are encouraged to tune in to the Guyana Learning Channel, Cable 29 or Channel 42 for daily educational and interactive learning sessions. The nursery program airs from 6 hours to 9 hours. Primary programs from 9 hours to 12 noon. We also air informative documentaries from 12 noon to 13 hours, and our secondary level programs are aired from 13 hours to 15 hours. Please continue to listen to our radio broadcasts. The interactive radio instruction for grades 1 to 3 daily on Voice of Guyana from 9 hours 30 to 10 hours for grade 1 pupils, from 10 hours 30 to 11 hours for grade 2s, and 13 hours to 13 hours 30 for grade 3 pupils. Please remember to tune in to benefit from these educational opportunities. A message from the Ministry of Education.
Hi Guyana, it's your boy Kimo Paul here. Reminding you to stay at least 1 meter away from persons or 3 feet to avoid contracting the flu or the COVID-19. It is also important that we stay at home and to avoid gatherings of more than 5 persons. We must all play our part, so let's protect ourselves and our families from COVID-19. We must all play our part. The Ministry of Public Health cannot do this alone, so let's all come together and fight this virus.
For further information, check our website www.health.gov.gy or visit the ministry's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter page.
Welcome back. Well, the Atlanta-based Carter Center today expressed its deep disappointment over the Guyana government's decision not to approve its recent request to allow two observers to return to Guyana to observe the ongoing vote recount. In a statement, the Carter Center said the Elections Commission has consistently confirmed that the accreditation for the Carter Center and other international observers remains valid, as the electoral process is still ongoing. The center said it acknowledges the important role being played during the recount by the three-person CARICOM team, as well as that of Guyanese national observers, political party scrutineers, the Organization of American States, and the Commonwealth's technical advisor. However, it said, while noting the positive contributions that each of those groups is making to foster transparency, the Carter Center is disappointed that the government of Guyana chose not to demonstrate a genuine commitment to transparency by ensuring that all duly accredited organizations, including the Carter Center, be allowed to conduct their work. The center said it fully respects Guyana's national sovereignty and its efforts to strictly implement its COVID-19 emergency measures as a matter of utmost urgency. It noted that in all its formal requests, it has indicated that it would abide by all of the government's COVID-19 protocols, including those that were applied to the CARICOM team. According to the Carter Center, its overall assessment of Guyana's electoral process cannot be completed until the votes cast on the 2nd of March have been counted, tabulated, and announced, and any subsequent dispute resolution process completed. It noted that an accurate and honest counting of votes is essential to ensuring that the election reflects the will of the people. The Carter Center said it is now hopeful that the recount and tabulation process currently on the way will be completed with full transparency so that it yields a result that can be recognized as credible and reflecting the will of the people as expressed on the 2nd of March. The statement added that the Carter Center remains committed to its mandate to observe Guyana's electoral process and extends its hope that Guyanese can work together in the days ahead to build a future that benefits all citizens. The government of Guyana has pointed to the closure of the airports to incoming passenger flights and its COVID-19 measures as reasons for not allowing the Carter Center back in. The government has said its decision to protect its citizens from disease should be respected. President David Granger has expressed his full confidence in the high-level CARICOM team that is currently scrutinizing the vote recount. While the Private Sector Commission is once again urging President David Granger to allow the return of the Carter Center to join in observing the ongoing national vote recount. In a statement, the PSC said the President should accept the presence of the Carter Center, along with all of the other international observer missions, since their presence would enhance and reinforce the work of the CARICOM team. The Private Sector Commission is one of the observers at the vote recount. The Carter Center has been trying to send representatives back to Guyana to join the vote recount, but the President has said with the COVID-19 national emergency measures in place, the airports will remain closed. The government has given approval for a number of Guyanese nationals to return home, but that return date has not been finalized. The U.S. Embassy has also been pushing for a return of the Carter Center, with the U.S. Ambassador to Guyana stating recently that there may be a need for additional observing eyes for the process. The government has not been budging from its position, and the Guyana Elections Commission has made it clear that when it comes to international observers, that issue falls under the remit of the executive. The vote recount is being scrutinized by a high-level CARICOM team. The OAS, the EU, the ABC diplomats, and a number of local organizations are observing the process. Let's tell you now that while Guyana has recorded 10 new recoveries from the coronavirus in the past 24 hours, taking the total number of recoveries to 57, the country has also recorded 2 new cases. The 2 new cases are from Region 1 and Region 7, and health officials are worried about that development. Region 1 now has 2 confirmed cases of the coronavirus, while Region 7 has a total of 7 cases. There are 60 active cases. Director of Primary Health Services Dr. Hortensia Hamilton said there is concern about the growing numbers in the outlying regions.
To date, the total number of persons tested is 1,329, with the total number of negative cases being 1,202. We currently have 57 persons that have recovered, and we are very happy to report this. 60 active cases in institutional isolation, 3 patients in the COVID ICU, and the number of deaths remains at 10. The ministry is very concerned with increased cases seen in regions 1, Burima-Waini, and 7, Kayuni-Mazaruni. As of today, Region 1 now has 2 confirmed cases in 2 of their sub-districts. Region 7 has a total of 7 cases. This is not good. My fellow Guyanese, this is the situation that we were working so hard to prevent.
Dr. Hamilton went on to say that in the areas where it was expected the transmission of the coronavirus would have slowed, it has been growing. Georgetown remains the epicenter of the pandemic locally.
If you look at the graph on the screen, it displays the number of confirmed cases since the index case of the coronavirus disease was detected on the 11th of March 2020. The surveillance component of the Health Emergency Operations Center provided an overview and analysis of the surveillance data collected up to the 16th of May 2020 on the above mentioned cases. You will notice that from the 11th to the 19th of March 2020, there were 6 cases. 19th of March to the 2nd of April, 17 cases. The 3rd of April to the 4th of May, the first phase, when the curfew was implemented, there were 69 cases. 5th of May to the 16th of May, 23 cases. You will see from the pattern that the expected results from the measures implemented that persons have not participated fully. Where it was expected that the transmission would have slowed, we are still having new cases every day.
According to Dr. Hamilton, the Ministry of Public Health cannot be the only participant in the fight against the coronavirus. Everyone, she said, must be on board. Mobile testing facilities will continue to be moved around the country in the efforts to get more tests done. And still with the coronavirus, the coordinator of the Men's Health Unit at the Ministry of Public Health, Dr. Dennis Bassier, has joined in the calls for men to practice safer health practices and guard themselves against the coronavirus. 71 of the 127 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Guyana are men, and 8 of the 10 deaths from the virus are also men. Still, the Public Health Ministry has been expressing its worry about men going about their daily routine as if the pandemic is non-existent. Dr. Bassier today said men need to put away their pride and follow the health guidelines.
For our relatively small population, we have seen an alarming rise in the number of cases, with the majority being men. As of yesterday, you were informed that the ratio stands at 71 males to 54 females. Of the 10 deaths, 8 are males. These men are between 16 and 59 years old. Region 4 is the most densely populated region, and as such, 80% of the registered cases have been found in Region 4. This clearly indicates that persons are not taking note of and putting into practice the strict guidelines for the prevention of the transmission of COVID-19.
The Men's Health Coordinator said it has always been an understanding that men focus less on their health, and the current situation appears to be proving that.
There is no shame in wearing a face mask, in practicing social distancing, or even in constantly sanitizing your hands. There will be no loss of pride, but there could be loss of health and or life for you and your loved ones.
Dr. Bassier said he's hoping that more men will make themselves more aware of the health guidelines surrounding the coronavirus and follow those guidelines, since they will only be able to blame themselves if they fall prey to the disease. On the police blotter right now, the Guyana Police Force has been advised to proceed with filing murder charges against a teenager who was arrested for the murder of 68-year-old security guard Margaret Dawson. Dawson's battered body was found in the Repentir Cemetery, sprawled on a tomb on Monday morning. She was last seen alive on Sunday night when she left her old boys town home for work. The teen who will now face the murder charge was among 3 persons, including another teen that were initially arrested for the murder. The taxi driver who was first held for questioning by the police has so far not been linked to the crime, but he is still being closely watched by investigators. The other teen, who was held after he was found in possession with some of the dead woman's belongings, has reportedly told investigators that while he was part of a plan to rob the woman, it was the other teen who carried out the act and dragged the woman into the cemetery. He reportedly explained that he left before the woman was murdered by the teenager. News source has since learned that another suspect has been arrested and is facing questioning over the same murder. A number of Dawson's belongings have since been recovered by the investigators. The female security guard was badly beaten to death, and it was suspected that she may have also been sexually assaulted. Family members said she was working a night shift as a security guard and left her home to report for the 7 p.m. shift on Sunday night. They never realized she had never turned up for work until her body was discovered. Her employer said when she did not turn up for duty, it was thought that she might have been sick, since she had been complaining recently about an ailment. The gruesome murder has left the Old Boys Town community shocked and crying out for justice. Across the Region is coming up next.
Wondering how you can access free learning materials for your children? Parents and guardians, please visit the Ministry of Education's website at www.education.gov.gy to access textbooks, past papers, and practice tests to keep your child engaged in continuous learning. When you have accessed the site, go to the Students tab, wait for a second, and choose the appropriate option. You now have access to the resources you need. You are encouraged to take advantage of this opportunity as we strive to provide the best education for the nation's children. A message from the Ministry of Education.
They've made a positive impact on the heavy-duty transportation industry in Guyana since they've arrived. Guyanese are amazed at their power, durability, efficiency, and superior handling capabilities. These are brand new trucks, manufactured in partnership with German, Italian, and French companies. They have a powerful reputation for operating under very adverse Guyanese conditions and come with full after-sales service and spare parts. They're the most sought-after trucks today, with over 500 units in Guyana, and they're available in over 100 countries, including South America and the Caribbean. Be smart. Buy brand new ST Howo trucks today. Call 608-4998 and arrange for an inspection at ST Truck Guyana Incorporated, Block B, Public Road, Covenant, East Bank, Demerara.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Falls, a trademark of China's Zhanghao Incorporated, located at Land of Canaan, East Bank, Demerara, was incorporated in April of 2013, with over $10 billion Guyana dollars invested in a state-of-the-art 100,000 barrel fuel storage facility, a modern service station, an office complex, and a modern wharf that can berth international vessels. Having no association with any other fuel company, Falls imports its own fuel, which meets quality specifications, has all the legal permits, and is in compliance with international requirements. Its bulk facility can load 8 trucks simultaneously at a rate of 1,000 liters per minute, while the service station can service 12 cars at a time using computerized fuel pumps, which can facilitate the use of ATM cards. Through its professional team of mostly Guyanese, Falls wholesales and retails fuels to the public, including farmers and miners, and will continue to positively contribute to Guyana by providing quality products, service, and attractive prices. Try Falls today for all your fuel needs.
We can reduce the risk of contracting viruses by strengthening our immune system, and one way of doing this is by eating as healthily as possible to support optimal immune function. Micronutrients essential to fight infection include vitamins A, B, C, D, and E, and the minerals iron, selenium, and zinc. Here's what we need to know about the foods we can eat to get them. Vitamin A is found in fish, egg yolks, cheese, nuts, seeds, whole grains, and beans. Vitamin B9 folate is abundant in green leafy vegetables, beans, nuts, and seeds, and it's also added to a lot of the flour that we use in Guyana. Vitamin B12 is found in animal products, including eggs, meat, and dairy, and also in some fortified milk. Vitamin C and vitamin E helps to protect our body when we're fighting an infection. Good sources of vitamin C include oranges, lemons, limes, tomatoes, and cherries. In Guyana, one of our cherry has the amount of vitamin C needed for the entire day for a person. Vitamin E is found in nuts, green leafy vegetables, and vegetable oils. Although sun exposure allows the body to produce vitamin D, food sources including eggs, fish, and some milk and margarine brands may be fortified with vitamin D, meaning some extra has been added. Most people need just a few minutes outdoors most days to get enough of the vitamin D needed. And beyond diet, there are other measures you can take to stay as healthy as possible. No smoking, reduce the intake of alcohol or none at all, exercise every day, and sleep and rest well. And please remember to reduce your intake of sweetened and carbonated beverages and drink lots and lots of water.
Across the region right now, a 4-member CARICOM election observer mission has arrived in Suriname ahead of next Monday's election, in which voters will elect a new government in the Dutch-speaking country. Supervisor of Elections of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dora James, is heading the CARICOM mission, which will meet with the electoral officials, leaders of the political parties, and other stakeholders, and will monitor the electoral process, including the opening of the poll, the voting process, the closing of the poll, and the counting of ballots. President Desi Bouterse is leading his ruling National Democratic Party into Monday's general election. In the 2015 poll, the party won 27 of the 51 seats and 80% of the votes cast. But political observers say the 74-year-old Bouterse faces a daunting re-election battle. They note that apart from the effect COVID-19 has had on the CARICOM country's economy, a scandal at the central bank has shaken confidence in the financial system. Further, Bouterse has appealed a 20-year jail term imposed by a court in Suriname following the December 1982 murders of 15 political opponents. 17 parties have registered to contest the elections. The Venezuelan military will escort Iranian tankers delivering much-needed petrol to the country to prevent any attempt by the U.S. to stop them. 5 vessels are on the high seas and are due to arrive in the coming days. Venezuela's defense minister said they would be welcomed into its exclusive economic zone, which extends 370 kilometers from its shores. The U.S., which has imposed sanctions on Venezuela and Iran, is reportedly considering steps to deter shipments. The U.S.-backed Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Guaido said the need to import petrol highlighted the mismanagement of Venezuela's oil industry by President Nicolas Maduro. And finally tonight, international news. A study has estimated that there may have been 36,000 fewer coronavirus-related deaths had the US entered lockdown a week earlier in March. The Columbia University research also estimated that around 83% of deaths could have been avoided if measures had been taken 2 weeks earlier. It suggested that 54,000 fewer people would have died had cities begun locking down on the 1st of March. The research has not yet been peer-reviewed. The study covers data up to the 3rd of May. At which point there had been just over 65,300 coronavirus-related deaths in the US. There have now been more than 93,400 coronavirus-related deaths in the US, according to data from the Johns Hopkins University. The results of the study indicate that stricter measures imposed sooner could have made a dramatic impact on the coronavirus in the United States. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.